Now we're upstairs in Srila Prabhupada's house, and every evening he used to come around sunset up to the roof, where he'd talk with devotees until dark, 9 or 10, and then he would translate all night long outside. This is the inside part of the roof where it's covered, and there's a bathroom here, and then there's a semi-covered part outside this door, and then there's an open part where we put a bed, and he'd sit on the bed and record all night long, translate his books. Here, I was sitting in front of this desk waiting for Srila Prabhupada to arrive, and actually that night he came up a little early, so it surprised me. So I was reading a book, and so I put the book on this desk, and then I did my dandavats to Srila Prabhupada. We used to carry him around in a rocking chair. And so the door opened, and they brought the rocking chair in and set Prabhupada down. And then Srila Prabhupada asked me, "What are you reading?" Because he saw that I was reading. And I said, "It's your Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada, 4th Canto, Part 4. And Srila Prabhupada smiled so big, and he turned to the secretary and he said, "Oh, he's reading in his spare time. This is very good." And so that really moved me, that Prabhupada was so pleased just by seeing me reading in my spare time. Whereas I used to do other things like water the mats on the windows every hour during the hot season to keep the inside house cool. And he never said anything about that, but this simple thing like reading that anybody can do pleases Prabhupada so much. Jai Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. This is a murti of Srila Prabhupada on the rocking chair, the actual rocking chair that we used to carry him in. And this is where he was when he told me, and he said that it was very good that I was reading in my spare time. They brought him into the door there and set him there before taking him. Stairs to go downstairs. And there's a little tricky, so we had to carry Prabhupada in that rocking chair down. Now we're on Srila Prabhupada's rooftop. As you can see, this is the open part out there, and this part here has a roof. I used to have a room right up there in the guest house that overlooked Srila Prabhupada's rooftop here, and I would see him translating down here at night. He would sit on a bed with a desk in front of him, and all his recording equipment. In the summer, the Vrindavan stars. The only thing he would take is a little rock candy dissolved in water. He would sip that at night. Pretty much wasn't eating anything during the day. And so, see these hooks on the wall? In India they have these hooks on the wall. So one morning I was taking the paraphernalia down, and there was an extension cord coiled up on that hook. And so I grabbed it, and it happened to be still plugged in. I was thinking if it was rolled up, it wouldn't be plugged in. And but it was plugged in. And then there's Krishna Balaram Temple right there, right next to Prabhupada's house, of course. But it was plugged in, and I got electrocuted right in front of Srila Prabhupada, who was sitting in his rocking chair over here. At night time, we'd put the bed over here, and he would sleep for 2 hours, from about 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Then he'd take a bath inside. Then he would go down in the garden. After being in the garden for 2 hours, he would go in the temple room and sit by the Tamal tree from like 7:30 to 9:30. Then he would have a morning massage. So anyway, I got electrocuted for 2 hours, and Prabhupada Swami finally brought me back to consciousness. They're pounding on my chest, and Srila Prabhupada called me in the room. He said, "So you're all right?" I said, "Yes, Srila Prabhupada, I'm all right." He said, "So you should take this as a good lesson that death can come at any moment, and you should always be ready." And I said, "Thank you, Srila Prabhupada." And so anyway, I'm thinking Krishna kept me alive to keep Prabhupada's final instructions alive. Prabhupada was fasting most of the summer of 1977. But when he did his translation work up here on the roof, all he would have is he took this rock candy and he put water over the top and it dissolves. So he would just take little sips of that water from the rock candy every so often out here on the roof all night long.
Another time, I had my room up there where you could see one of those rooms, so we could see, I shared the room with Prabhupada, that Sanskrit editor. And one night I heard thunder and lightning. The rainy season just started. And so I looked out the window, and Prabhupada was ringing his bell. He was out here on his bed. And we had 24-hour guard for Srila Prabhupada, but they didn't show up. It's like 2:30 in the morning. So somebody didn't show up for their shift, so Prabhupada's ringing the bell, and there's nobody to answer. And he's getting drenched on. It's raining really hard, and Prabhupada couldn't walk. So I'm looking out my window, and Prabhupada's getting drenched, ringing his bell, trying to get somebody to come up. And so I ran downstairs and woke up Tamal Krishna and maybe Upindra, 4 of us. So we came out here and we picked up the bed, 4 devotees, and carried it over here where it's covered. Carried it over here. And I thought Prabhupada's going to be so mad. But he just was chanting Jai Radha Madhava. So he was like transcendental even to the rain. You know, when we get upset about something like that, the servant didn't show up, we left him in the rain. Prabhupada was just chanting Jai Radha Madhava. Just transcendental. Jai Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Another thing that happened up here on the roof is usually other devotees would do the, Prabhupada called me over to his desk, and there were some other devotees around. He wanted some limbo pani. But Upindra or Bhakti Shumara's work, I couldn't find it, so I decided I'll go in the kitchen and I'll make it myself. So I cut some lemon, squeezed it in a silver cup, put water in a silver cup, and I put some honey in a silver cup. And so I took it up on a silver tray and I put it in front of Prabhupada over here on the roof. And he pointed at the honey and he goes, "What is this?" And I said, "It's honey, Srila Prabhupada." And he said, "Did I ask for honey?" And I said, "Well, no, Srila Prabhupada, that's why I didn't mix it in." And he said, "Okay." I thought I was going to get the sauce, but since I didn't mix it with the lemon, let me go. That's not I used to have to, we had a big air conditioner in my swamp coolers, and we had a point of Prabhupada, and I had to sit by that thing and try to keep it running. The whole time Prabhupada said, you know, in India how things go on and off. Power. Like that. Another time here, up in the roof, Prabhupada, like one night, he was like doing these convulsions, and I thought he was having a heart attack or something. So I ran downstairs and got Tamal, the secretary, and I said, "Come up here, I think Prabhupada might be having a heart attack." So he stood here and watched him for a few minutes. And he said, no, he's not having a heart attack. Those are ecstatic symptoms. He's dreaming about Krishna. And then a little bit later, Prabhupada woke up and just starts talking about Krishna. And he used to tell jokes about it. Sometimes when he woke up on his bed here. One time I was sitting right here at the foot right before he wake up. He woke up and sat right at the end of his bed, so I was like this close to him. He started saying, Vaishnava means two. He goes, if you have association, you're safe. He goes, even if I have to go to the bathroom, the 4 men and the elephant are ready to come and take me. So that was kind of a joke, but he's still serious also. Like that, Prabhupada would tell all the jokes. One time he told a joke, and Upindra, one of the other servants, started laughing, like, oh yeah, Prabhupada was happy, so we're happy. So he's laughing, oh yeah, Prabhupada. And Prabhupada said, did you understand the joke? And he said, well, no, Prabhupada. And Prabhupada said, then why do you laugh? So he got kind of